Welcome to K-Drama Divas, a podcast and community for passionate fans of Korean dramas. Join us as we explore the captivating world of K-dramas, discussing the latest releases, timeless classics, and everything in between. Whether you're a seasoned K-drama addict or just stepping into this addictive realm, get ready to laugh, cry, and fangirl with the K-Drama Divas.
You're listening to the K-Drama Divas podcast. My name's Amanda.
I'm Maureen. I'm Serena.
And today we're talking about our favorite drama, one of them.
One of them.
In the top three.
Yeah, it's up there. Yes. For all of us.
I know.
Yeah. And it has been for a long time. It's hard to beat.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
You've all seen it. And if you haven't, shame on you.
Yeah, watch it right now.
Stop listening to this. Come back to us later and just watch it.
Yeah.
It is What's Wrong with Secretary Kim.
Yeah. And I'm so glad watching it a second time. That's why I loved it so much. It's so good.
Oh.
It's good. It is. Oh. Yeah. So should we say happy birthday to Amanda first?
Oh,
Today, the day that we are podcasting, it's her birthday.
thank you. Thank you. And maybe more importantly, it's our podcast birthday. Yes. Happy birthday to us.
And happy birthday to all of our listeners. We could call groupies. I don't know what other words are out there.
I don't know.
But we love you. We're thankful for you.
We do.
We have enjoyed this last year. We were talking earlier, growing and kind of learning and trying to figure out what we're doing and coming into our own.
And we still don't even really know what we're doing. Joe, listen.
But we've learned that's okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Before, we would be so stressed out.
Yeah. And we thought things had to be a certain way and we had to talk about certain things, but we're just us.
Yeah.
Yes.
You get what you get. We try to record a little early because we have to edit. And so it's May 3rd. You probably won't listen to this until when?
Who knows?
Let me look. May 12th.
Okay.
Wow. I can't believe it. So we're posting this next Monday at Keon's Bizarre Airbnb again. And I feel like we really talked about that too.
Oh, really?
But it was hard to know. It wasn't. I just missed the drama talk. Dramas are more exciting.
Yes.
They are.
I love that
But
show, though.
I
Don't
just
get me
want to
wrong.
talk about.
Yes. But launching a reality show is so good too.
When we were doing it as it was happening versus watching the whole show and then talking about it. So that made it different.
It does.
So-
But I've just missed our drama talk. No better way to start season 2 than talking about what's wrong with Secretary Kim.
Yes. I love it.
Absolutely.
And I'm not that prepared for today because I don't know why. I started rewatching it, but it's my fourth. I don't know if it was my fourth time, third time, fourth time.
I'd say my sixth or seventh time.
But I already know about it.
I
so
love it.
I don't really need to
know.
rewatch it. So I personally just was trying to think of my favorite scenes and I wrote them down.
Okay.
And I'll tell you throughout this.
Sure.
But I feel like everyone's probably seen this drama, so we probably don't need to give a huge synopsis.
Say that 3 times fast.
A huge synopsis on it.
But there are so many parts
yeah.
of it.
It's all good. I don't know. And that's why it's one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's probably in my top 5. Top 5. In no particular order.
And the 2 main actors we really love too.
No.
Absolutely.
And I think this is the drama where I fell in love with both of them.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, because I really started liking Park Seo-joon in this. And then later I watched him and she was pretty.
Yeah.
And they don't
Yeah.
even seem like the same actor. It's hard to wrap my mind around
He
it.
does look different in his roles.
Yeah.
Because then as I was watching it the last few days, I was thinking of him in Young Actors Retreat too. And I remember when I saw Young Actors Retreat and I saw him, it's like, I know him, but I don't know that I remembered where from specifically. But I just knew I knew him and I liked him.
And what year was Secretary Kim?
I think it's 2017, but it could be 2018.
2018. Yep.
It's so good. How do you know these things?
I know. I can't even remember what day it is.
Can't even remember when I was born.
So, yeah, 2018. And then when did She Was Pretty come out?
2016.
And that makes sense because he does look younger in it.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
His hair color was different too.
Okay. Okay. And then the other one he was in, and I know we're talking about What's Wrong with Secretary Kim, but I can't help myself. What's the other one he was in that you really have been into lately?
Oh, Italwan Class.
Yeah, when was that?
Oh, that's 2020.
Okay. It's been a little time. Oh, I guess he did that one with the weird monsters.
Yeah, he did that last year.
I haven't
And
watched
that was
that.
like 2 parts.
I don't really like that type
No,
of
you
genre.
know what? I
Weird
think
monster.
he realized he's coming back to rom-coms. I think yeah, I think he is making another rom-com this year.
Oh, I'd hope so. It's been way too long.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Well, I'm looking here. He was in Ginny's Kitchen also, right?
That's reality.
He was
That's
in Record
reality.
of Youth.
The Record of You. No, he just did a 5 minutes.
He was still in it.
Cameo.
He did a cameo though. But he actually really, I don't know if you'd call it a cameo because he didn't portray himself. But it's only 5 minutes. And then Park Bo-gum did a 5-minute thing in Italwan Class because he
Oh.
did
Oh, really?
Record of Youth. Yes.
I don't know, but I'm ready for a new one with him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, Secretary Kim, I'll never forget when I heard about this for the first time.
Yeah.
Because
Did Maureen tell you? Oh, okay. Pain.
Maureen, aka Mom, she was telling me, you have to watch this show. And you know, I don't like spoilers.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, maybe. And she said, oh, let me just tell you one part. And I'm like, no. But of course, she ignores me. And she says, he's so upset because she wants to quit. And so he's going crazy, thinking, why? What's going on? What's wrong with her? What's wrong with her? And you find out it's because she wants to quit. And it's so funny. And I was thinking, great, she spoiled the whole thing for me. But you learn that in like the first, I don't know, 30 minutes of the show that he's very upset because Secretary Kim wants to quit her job. And that's the premise of the whole show.
And that's what made you want to watch it?
I couldn't tell her too much about it.
I always heard it was a good rom-com,
Okay.
but then she kept pressuring me to watch it, and I just had no idea. And she spoiled it for me. But I thought I have to give it a try.
And you're glad you did.
Oh, yeah? Yeah.
Mother knows best sometimes.
Yeah, thank you. She's angry now.
Okay, so where do we start? I wrote all kinds of notes this time, but
Wow.
I don't
Do you want to lead the way?
no, I don't want to dominate.
Okay, then I'll just start with one of my favorite things, unless you want to.
I just think the opening is so funny.
Yeah, tell us then about the opening, because that's what you told me about.
When he's
Tell us all.
going to there's a party, and that's the thing. He goes to these weekly, once a week parties, once a week function, and he
I didn't even get that.
there's a
I think you're making some stuff.
no. It's only one day a week that he'll see a girl.
That's different than a one day.
Okay.
There's
And I thought that they were at some place. I don't think he really he takes her out.
That's a good point.
I-
No, but if there's a function on Monday, he has his Monday girl, Tuesday girl.
No. It's just this particular
It's a function.
But he doesn't change girls. It's always the same girl no matter what day.
I think
See, I don't remember this.
remember that girl that he was seeing, that actress or whatever she was that he was seeing or model?
But the model.
She was the one that he was with the first episode. But actually, he isn't really with her, but she
Right.
thinks they're dating. And she's telling all of her friends what he's bought for her and all. But actually, it's Secretary Kim who's bought everything.
Mm-hmm.
And
He has no interest in her.
No.
no, he has no interest in her. It's just that she is, I don't know,
Someone to take to these parties.
or to see at these parties because he's actually going to Secretary Kim, if you think about it.
Yeah, he's just meeting up with her.
He's just meeting up.
I think you've really overanalyzed this quite a bit. She'll teach us things about it that weren't even there.
But
You're right, though. I had forgotten all of that, but you're right.
and here he is. He's sitting there and he's so upset.
Uh-huh.
And he is upset in his mind. He's just wondering. It's like you see him looking so upset, and it's
She's making a point down the table.
She keeps patting the table.
and he's upset because he's wondering why she has given her notice.
And we should say he is a total narcissist.
Oh,
He is a total narcissist. It's like there's nobody better. He's the best thing in the world on every level in any way you can.
Right.
And that leads me to one of my favorite things about this whole drama. I love his arrogance. I do. And I love his aura. He'll sit there and he'll look at himself in the mirror and he raises his hand and he says aura, because there's this aura around him and his handsomeness.
And he's always telling everybody how perfect and handsome and smart and, everything about how wonderful he is.
It's funny because it was any other dramas, if there's a really arrogant character, I might not like them, but I do not mind his arrogance.
Is it because he's sweet or because he's cute or?
Probably all of the above and the story. Yeah. And because I made Michael watch this drama because it's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
And then I bought him a sticker and it's Park Seo-joon with the aura and his hand flipped it away and it's his aura. Because Michael would do that all the time. He would start doing that. I don't know if I told you.
I think I remember it.
But it is one of my favorite things. So I just had to throw that out there.
Anyway, he does not believe, I don't know, he's thinking, oh, she really won't leave. And so he tries to get her to stay. Or he's thinking that and she says, no, I'm serious.
Because doesn't he offer her more money?
And then he was something like, I'll give you the privilege of dating me or something.
Yeah, because she says, I want to get married. I want to date.
Yeah.
I want to get married.
I want to get to know myself.
Yes, because I'm never going to be able to when I'm working for you.
Yeah.
So before that, he even offers to buy her house.
Yeah. Anything to get her to stay. And I can't remember what part, but he is also trying to get advice from I would call him his best friend, president of the company. And he just gives the most bizarre advice too, which is hilarious.
They're both clueless men.
At that level in life, there's very few people you can really talk to about what's going on in your life and that you can trust.
Yeah.
And so he has one person.
But the one person does know that he likes Secretary Kim.
You think he knew that at first? Like all along?
I think he realized it before
Yeah.
he realized it himself.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't think he knew it all along.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing I had to say related to the arrogance is he tells Secretary Kim, I have looks, credentials, and wealth. What's not to like?
Yeah.
It was so funny.
So when he goes, as he's trying to at first get her to stay, he's trying to do what he can to woo her in his own crazy way. And so he joins the company party the first time, and then they go karaoke. And the team lead Bong gets so drunk and lands in his lap. It's like nobody's allowed to touch him, right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So
Even the women he brings to
yeah,
his parties
Right.
or whatever.
They aren't allowed to touch him
no,
at
the
all.
only person that can touch him is Secretary Kim.
And she touches him every day.
Yeah.
'Cause she puts on his tie.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then he takes her out, right? I can't even remember why, but he gives her, he like has a cheese plate and all this stuff. And so he's so proud because he picks up a cheese and hands it to her. And he thinks that's the greatest thing that somebody can do for somebody.
Remember, yeah, you're getting food from my own hand.
So then she starts choking and he hands her a cup. And so she like swings it down and it's really expensive whiskey. She thought it was water. What are you doing to me? That's right.
It's so funny.
Yes, because they go to a barbecue place. And it's so lowbrow for him.
awkward because
Yeah.
he's never showed up to these work events. And I love, this is one of my other favorite scenes. I don't know if I wrote it down, but because he comes and everyone tenses up.
Yeah.
And then he tries to start talking about work. Have you finished all your work? Or
And they said, and I think she told him, we do not discuss work at the
and then he ordered whiskey, and they said, we don't have whiskey here.
And a fancy bottle, too.
20 years old.
Yeah. So then I have he says to her, because she's clueless, she has no idea that he's trying to woo her. And so he says to her, I'm putting in the effort. I went to the company dinner with you and even escorted you home. These romantic and happy days will become your daily lifestyle from now on. I'll let you date me. That's what? Totally shocked. So he says to her, are you too moved? He doesn't know what to say. She replies that he is not of her style. And she lists all of the things that are her style. And I don't even know what to say. He's so shocked after all that he had done for her that day that he was like, wow, neither of them were just totally. And then she totally spills her thoughts out of what she really thinks of him, which was pretty funny. Because she just laid it all out on the line. She didn't care. She just was like,
because she's leaving. She has nothing to lose. I'm out of this job and away from
I
you.
don't like you. You're not my type.
Wasn't it funny when they showed him after a sleepless night too, him lying there with his eyes open?
And then he wakes up with a pimple on his flawless face. Oh my word. It's so funny. And so cute.
Yes.
And we talked about this already. I just wrote down like 5 of my favorite things or scenes. But when he tricks her into going to the amusement park,
Yes.
that's my favorite part too. I love it.
And leading up to that, what he does is he has her fill out a questionnaire so he knew what she liked, right?
What would you want to do on a date? I don't remember all of them, but she said an amusement park and there were some other things, and he makes it all happen.
Right.
Yes. And remember when he brings her back home, she says, are you getting, he was opening up the trunk, and she says, are you getting a doll out of the trunk?
Because that was one of the things on the list. Yeah.
And then he tries to kiss her. Doesn't
Oh, yeah.
said something about a kid.
Yes, a kiss.
But then she pushes him away and it doesn't happen.
Yep. He tried so hard.
He did.
Yes.
And she just so confused
Right.
at this point. Like, why is he acting this way?
She's floored that he actually got the restaurant involved, though, by...
Yeah. The whole amusement park.
Of course. What else do you do?
Weren't there fireworks? And it was
Yep.
so special.
And he had his best friend, the president, call her to come over because he said that if he called her that she would be not nervous, but she would be
Suspicious.
something. I forget what word was used, but yeah, so he put some thought into it.
She still, soon after this, he finds out that she's going on a blind date.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he's so upset, but then he realizes she's gonna, what does he call it? See, this is when I'm mad at myself for not watching it back. But he's basically, she had a blockbuster with me,
Oh, yeah.
and she's gonna remember it, and it's gonna affect her date with him.
Exactly.
When he goes over there to where the date is taking place, he sees her adjusting man's tie.
And he's so jealous.
I'm jealous.
What does he say? He says Kim Mi Sue or something like
Yeah,
that.
yelled her name.
Kim Mi Sue. Like, how dare you? And she's so terrified when she hears him yelling, so she tightens the tie.
And the guy's so into her, but she has she's not interested at all. But he does reveal that he's a reporter, right?
Yeah.
A journalist, and so she wants kind of to use to have him look into a mystery from years back. So I think that's the kind of the first introduction as to the past, right?
Yeah.
I think so. And really,
Well, when you see them first meet each other, the two stars,
Yeah.
when he goes and he sits down beside her at the
Yeah.
barbecue place when they're 10 years younger, because it took place when she was first hired by the company, he says, when he finds out she's Kim Mi-soo, she knew before he sat down, but he said, "You're Kim Mi-soo. Do you know who I am?" And she says, "Oh, you're the chairman's son." No, he was not. That wasn't what he
That's
wanted.
not what he meant.
That isn't what he meant.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
In so many dramas, they have this underlying, like, they have a deeper connection
Yeah.
Yes.
than just the surface, like years ago, that they don't even know about.
Except he knew about it.
Yeah.
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 He knew.
It's so interesting how that's a theme in so many dramas.
Yes.
And
It
I
is.
don't mind it. I don't
No.
dislike it, even though it's pretty common. But this is one of my favorite connections.
So I think around that time is when they have the company athletic day. I don't know if it was before that date or after that date. I don't remember. And he's the cutest guy at the company, I guess you would say, that all the girls are pining after. She wants to be Secretary Kim's partner, and the vice chairman is sitting up in the bleachers with the president watching, and he's so jealous that anybody would even talk to her. And they're doing a 3-legged race together, and he's just like beside himself.
And they're just both competitive. They both really want to win.
He tells her, "You win this at all costs." So she's doing what
I need to win this for him because he's been very hard on her. You have to be your best. You have to do the best. And it's been a struggle for her to get there. And now it's like, she's amazing.
Yeah.
She's Serena.
I wish I was as good as her. One day. So then he gets up and he hurts his ankle. Trying to couldn't watch it anymore. So then this whole thing where she gets him finally back to his house, and she's trying to take care of him, and she in this notices his ankle, which we can talk about later. Because my point is that he is still so jealous about the 3-legged race.
Yes.
Her like wrapping her arm around the guy's waist and all this stuff. And so he starts out from a ways back from the couch and says, "You'll get close to anybody. Is this close enough?" And she's like, "Yeah." And so then he gets closer. "Is this enough?" And yeah. And so then he's like basically straddling her. She's on the floor. He's on the couch. And he's even this. And somehow he pulls her up from the floor onto the couch, and she lands on top of it. And that's when their eyes first knew there was some feelings there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, did you guys pick up on the fact that that race day or whatever it was meant a lot to him, and he's get out there and win and all this, and he says, "We're not having them anymore.
No more race days." Oh my goodness. So I don't know if we want to keep talking about this stuff or we want to go in order, because we want to talk about the whole author brother thing. Do we want to talk about that, or we want to keep talking about funny things?
I didn't like him. Isn't that funny? But I guess I didn't like him because he was
Intercepting.
Yeah.
I don't know what the word I'm looking for.
because
I didn't like him either. I'm going to be honest. I didn't like him. I'm like, he needs to go.
yeah, I did not like him at all.
No.
The whole story with the brother is odd.
Yes, it really is.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how much we want to talk about it, because
We don't like it. Parents, like the parent thing. It's a really odd storyline, really odd everything that happens, and what a strange choice the parents made. And
that all of them made regarding the situation.
Yes, because he knew too. He knew. He
didn't say anything.
Right.
No.
He didn't say anything.
And it was a very conscious decision, and you find out later why he made those choices and those decisions. But it's still, it's like
why did you do that?
Yeah, and we talked earlier about him being such a narcissist and so arrogant and everything. But as we were saying, the more that he and Secretary Kim start hanging out, and there is definitely some, I don't want to say the wrong words. There's definitely some physical tension between them in a non-friendly way. He certainly he is still arrogant. He still is all that. And then there's the soft edge to him that you don't see at the beginning.
It's true. And it's just under the surface, and you would have to really get to know him to realize
Right.
it's there.
But that's really who he is. But he's
Yeah.
had to, because of some of these choices and things he had to put up this wall almost. So you get to see that other side of the wall.
Even though he still thinks he's amazing.
Yeah. Past that.
Okay, let's talk about one of my favorite scenes again,
Okay.
if it's okay.
Okay.
And maybe this is the last one I want to talk about. I want to talk about your things too, but the famous first kiss scene between them.
Which one was that?
They're in his office,
Oh, yes.
and he's going to kiss her, and she's in her chair,
Yes.
and he goes to kiss her. They almost kiss, and suddenly he pushes her, and she flies across the room, spinning in her chair before they kiss. And she's left shocked and embarrassed and horrified. But you're like, what in the world just happened? And he can't kiss her.
No.
Doesn't it happen 2 or 3 times where he pushes her away?
That happens another time.
It
Yeah.
happens twice, yes.
Yeah.
But it just, the first time it happens, it's so funny.
Yeah.
It's so funny because it's the
hilarious.
last thing you expect.
Right.
Yeah.
Because in the scene in the first episode or second episode, he's trying to kiss her.
Yes.
I'm going to make your dream come true. But then the moment they're about to kiss, he like makes her fly.
Yes, he flings her across the floor.
Hilarious. Yeah.
And I think the third time that he was going to kiss her was at the reading at his brother's, and they were outside, and he says, I'm sorry, I just can't, or whatever. And doesn't she then, she's the one who
Yes.
kisses him.
And then it's like he's cured.
And yes, and then he's cured.
It's so funny.
Oh, then I like where they're obviously flirting. They're obviously very attracted to each other. And so they're out on a date and he wants for her to stay the night at his house. And she's like not having it. And, and something had happened where she was, maybe the truth about what had happened when they were young. And so he thought she was afraid to stay alone. And so he leaves and then he comes back and he like barges into his house and says, nope, I'm staying here. I'm going to move in with you. And he like brings a suitcase. He's just got this little tiny little apartment, no storage for anything, but he's so glad that she doesn't have many things because then there's room for his. She does not want to go to the next step, let's say.
Yeah. I think he is shocked by the size of her place.
Yes, I think so. And the first time that he ever came over, it was a total mess. So she makes him stay outside while she cleans up really fast. Remember? So then
When they go away for the weekend with the whole company, the company,
they do the retreat.
And that's
Yes.
probably one of my other favorite parts.
Yeah.
that was really
And,
good.
I was thinking about it. So many of these work romances have retreats where they all
Right.
go away. And I always love it. Like business proposal, marry my husband.
Yeah.
What else? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
We need to, why don't we do that in the
Yeah, I
U.S.?
know.
I'm thinking one of the companies I worked at, like one of my first real jobs, the first year I was there, in fact, I was pregnant with Ariana, but we went to Sun River for 3 or 4 days. We had houses, they paid for everything. It was the greatest experience. It was so great. And then the company just kept growing. And so they stopped doing it. But it really was, it was just great. Get away for 3 or 4 days and just hang out and go do things.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We need to have a K-drama Divas retreat.
Our husbands would not allow it. Do they have to get to come? Do they get to come?
Oh, I don't know.
Our spouses came on ours, but they don't on the K-dramas, they don't.
I know.
But I don't know that we could get away with it.
It's a company retreat.
Yeah. So if we went away with the 3 of us, think of how many K-dramas we could watch and how much podcasting we could get done.
I know.
If they were there,
Wow.
that would ruin it.
I know. It would.
Not bad. We would just be different.
It would.
So I don't know that we can get away with it.
We
I don't-
could. I don't know.
How?
Maybe for your birthday, Mom. We could say it's her birthday present.
Oh. What? Is that when the guys are gone on the beach retreat?
Oh.
But am I in Florida?
Oh, you're in Florida the
Oh.
13th or something. I don't know. We'll find a way.
So I come back on the 25th. I'm gone the 13th through the 18th. So we could be
When
gone
is the men's retreat?
the 24th through the 27th. So maybe those
And-
days.
We need to start looking. Even if it's just a couple days, it would be nice.
Yeah, we'll have to look. Or we could just,
Oh, stay here.
yeah,
Oh
we
my God.
could just stay because they'll be gone.
We're so funny. Take days off work, though. Okay, let's get back to the task at hand.
But,
All right.
so where were we?
Work retreat.
Yes. So he shows up. Nobody expects him. And then there's the president's secretary who seemed to do anything. And she was fired. It's weird. Oh, that's what I wonder. Why haven't they moved her to a different position or something?
Talk about job security in that company.
Oh, because she is the worst.
I thought, why do they have her here? Are they going to have her get together with him? Or she was probably the reason why he reconnected with his ex.
And it absolutely is.
She is the reason.
Yeah.
She's such a dingbat. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So they all go, he shows up, and then they have to do this. It's the whole thing about the food. It's the whole thing about the scavenger hunt. And they all planned on and they had an agenda, a work agenda, but they weren't planning on doing any of that. And then the vice chairman shows up, and then they think they all have to work. They don't want to be working.
He's disappointed too.
We haven't talked at all yet about what is her name? It's the
Sarah
team lead. And she's so funny.
Oh, I know.
She's hilarious.
And she's been in so much, but I think this is my favorite drama of hers.
Yeah. Her lips.
How she can, it's like she is going for laughs and she knows
Right.
she's going to get them.
She knows. It's that physical comedy.
And exactly. And she doesn't care.
She's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah. And then even the person she ends up liking, the vice chairman, they call him the secretary also, but
Yeah.
in a different way. He's more like a personal.
Yeah. He's like driver and all this stuff.
Yeah, kind of like a bodyguard in some ways
Yeah.
sometimes. And the two of them, and he's funny too. I like them.
And he's always had a thing for her.
Yes.
And she's always, no one sees me. And
Yeah, and she's like pushing him out of the way. And then at the retreat,
yes.
there's something that happens. He saves her from embarrassment. And at that point, she starts calling him her hero.
Yeah.
She realizes that he's always there and he has her back no matter what.
It's true.
And so it all changes. Then they're trying to hide their office romance.
there's no
They
obvious.
finally say, okay, we're going to tell everybody, but you need to hold my hand. And she holds his hand.
It'd be so dramatic.
About it. And they walk in.
Before that, the stairwells, do you remember? I'd be in the stairwells meeting up. And so she'd lock him in a headlock and ram up against the wall and beat the crap out of him and pull his hair. Last time, the two co-workers, the manager, I think, of the department, they're like, you need to go easier on him. Their whole relationship was, their characters were ridiculous, but that's what makes it so great.
The side characters in these, the supporting characters, they are so entertaining.
Yeah.
And we haven't talked about the new Secretary Kim.
Oh, that's
her
right.
replacement, and
Yep.
then her little crush nemesis guy,
Yep.
Yeah.
who his character is just ridiculous and funny
Yeah.
because everyone's wow, he's so loyal and I don't know,
Work is
motivated.
everything. Yeah.
It's all about work. And what's his name? It's Go Gui Nam. That's his name, I think. And they say he only wears one suit. He has 5 suits.
10.
Oh,
10.
Yes,
10.
10 suits.
10
All the
suits.
exact
All
same.
these rumors. All these rumors starts these rumors. But it's like 10 of the exact same suits he wears every day. So he doesn't even have to think about what to wear. And the new Secretary Kim is looking at him and says, I see there's a stain on his butt.
I said, right.
On his butt.
on his coat.
Oh,
but
on
it
his
was
coat jacket, but on his rear end
So
area.
it's on his coat. Yeah, sorry. And
she sees it there the next day.
the next day, and she says, "I have more than one suit."
And then he loses a button, remember?
Oh, yes.
And so they were like, oh, we'll see, because he lost his button. And he shows up the next day and he has all of his buttons there. And he's figuring out that she's catching on to him. And so he comes with all the buttons and is like proving to them. And then he turns around and she sees, right, something is right here.
Yeah. And then I think she moves in to an apartment and he lives on the top floor.
On the rooftop.
On the rooftop. And she sees him with a big container of buttons.
Yeah.
He's cleaning his one suit.
Because, and the reason why she saw this is she's moving in and
He swipes her fan.
and so she goes up to find it and he's enjoying this van. Then when her coworkers come over to have a housewarming party for her, do you remember that whole thing?
Yes. Under the table.
Well, because because the manager of the building or something said, why don't you have it up on the rooftop?
And she's doing everything she can
Not to, because she knows he's
And he's threatened her. You better not tell anybody who I live. Because he's super cheap.
Yes.
This guy
Yes.
super
He spends $100 a month is all.
Yes. And it's his goal because he wants to buy a house and have all this money before he ever has a family.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so he won't let himself buy anything, experience anything.
Exactly.
It's actually a rather sad life.
It is.
It's very sad.
And
She ends up telling him that.
yeah.
Exactly. It does.
So,
Because through it all, even though he's a psycho and he's threatening her all the time, don't tell anyone. And I'm watching you.
and when they're upstairs, when they're on the rooftop and they're all there having this party, he's underneath it. Then she goes to get something and they all decide that it's hot out, so they want to move. Remember the thing that they're sitting on? And so he's laying on the ground underneath it. And the table gets them. And they're like, what are you doing here? He's, oh, we set this up as a surprise. Something I noticed too through this whole thing is somebody says something or does something that is so ridiculous. And then they just either laugh about it, the person that is getting caught, they laugh about it, they clap, and everybody say, and like they all just move on. They just accept it as crazy and bizarre as it is.
Their relationship is sweet in the end.
Yeah.
I mean, it was sweet.
Yeah. Even though at first you think he's a jerk, but he grows on you. And I like her the whole time. She really got the job by chance.
Yes.
He would have hired anyone
Yes.
the first interview because he was so mad and thinking they won't stay anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. But I like the way that she also tells him, why are you living this way? Why aren't you living for the present instead of the future? That who knows what's going to happen tomorrow, right? And so he really starts thinking about that. And you see him evolve and change too,
Yes.
which was really cool to see.
Yes.
And that guy, Go Guinam, so that actor is actually in the drama I'm watching now.
Oh,
Suspicious Partner, or he was at the beginning.
okay.
And it was driving me crazy. I'm like, who is that guy? I've seen him in a drama. What drama is it? And it was going nuts. And then it hit me that it was this one.
All right.
Anyway.
I think I'm going to watch Young Actors Retreat really quick because it's short and quick, just because I just want to see
Park Seo-joon.
in it again, and then I'll do Suspicious Mind.
Park Seo-joon, seeing Young Actors Retreat, he does seem so confident in anything he does.
Yes.
And you could see that. Like, he plays some of these characters that are confident, except in She Was Pretty. And even then, he's somewhat, like, confident in his position. A little bumbling sometimes, but sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
But in dramas, Itaewon Class. I don't know how to say it, which isn't as phrase. Anyway, Itaewon Class and What's Wrong with Secretary Kim, where he's so confident and it's his real self.
And too, in Young Actors Retreat, he's actually really smart. He comes up with a lot of answers and a lot of stuff.
Like a leader. He's a born leader. He's good at everything.
Yes.
Real life.
Kind of like Jen, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm really impressed with him.
I am too. Yep.
Yes.
So where do we go from here? So I think we need to get back. Do we want to talk about, I don't know, I think his parents are really nice people. I think they're good people. And they adore Secretary Kim.
Yeah.
They do. They want her as a daughter-in-law.
And so many times,
Yeah. Rich people. Yeah.
they want their son or daughter to be with somebody that isn't at that same level as them.
Exactly.
But they just love her. And I love the fact that they, at one point, they're like, he even tries to give her stuff, or they try to give her stuff, and she does not compromise her values at all, which I love about her.
I know.
So she wants to be herself, and she's not going to be swayed by the financial side of it. So.
Yeah, that's true.
And then, the dad and the sisters. Do you want to talk about that at all?
Her family got into a lot of debt and trouble. And that's why you find out that's why Secretary Kim works so hard.
Yeah.
All those years.
And never went to college or university.
Yeah. She paid for her sister to go through school.
Both of them. Yeah, it pays off her dad's debt.
Yeah.
She's worked really hard for her entire family for years.
Yeah.
And I think she feels, and that's why she wants to quit. Once the final debt is paid, she feels now is my time. I want to live my life. I want to find someone. I want to be happy.
Yeah.
And so you realize that's her motivation behind quitting.
Right.
Oh,
yeah. But then she realizes that this is what she loves.
yeah. And I love that about the end.
Yeah.
Too, because up until, I don't really know how far you get, but she's going to quit still. They're together. They're dating. I think they're even engaged. Maybe it's before that, but
No, they were.
she's going to quit. And then she realizes, I don't want to quit.
It was the day before. It was like the day before her last day is when she realized it. And it was so sweet because she comes in the last day and the office has done up a plaque with her and they're all singing for her and they love her. And they're all sad, but they're trying to celebrate for her. And then she has to tell them that she had just decided that she's staying.
And they're so excited. Except the new Secretary Kim.
Yeah.
She says, wait a minute, what's going to happen to me then? And she said, you'll stay. You'll be my assistant.
But she said, we've worked well together and we'll just keep doing that. They divided the work well. And
She really needed an assistant.
she did.
Honey, the assistant needs an assistant.
I know. She did so much, and you wonder how.
Yep. Yeah, because she was on call 24/7.
And that's she even says that to him at one point because he's saying that she's dated or whatever. She how could I ever?
And they have to. And then, so that he meets the dad finally, her dad, and he's a hippie rocker. They meet, and the vice chair would do anything because the dad is, even though he doesn't mean it, he's, nope, I don't like you. You can't mess with her. I'm not giving you my blessing. And they're both in complete shock.
And it's all an act.
All an act. And so the dad takes him out drinking. The vice chair does not drink that much. And dad is like, nope, we're going to keep going. And then why do they dump the glass over his head?
Because it's empty. They're showing that it's an empty glass.
But each time there was stuff coming out. Did you notice that? It's like there's always a couple drops that feed into their
Or do that. Why? Is that really why?
I always thought that was why. Is it wrong?
I don't know. Why don't we Google?
Yeah.
Let's see. Shaking. Oh, wait, no.
Maybe it's just a K-drama thing.
A playful and informal custom in some Korean drinking settings, though not a universal or deeply traditional one based on available information and cultural context, This gesture is often associated with the one-shot drinking culture, where someone downs their soju in a single gulp. Here's why this happens. It's a light-hearted way to signal that the drink has been fully consumed,
Okay.
often done with a flourish to show enthusiasm or to boast about finishing the shot quickly. It may be common in more certain regions, social circles, or even specific media portrayals, K-dramas, variety shows, viral videos, which could give the impression it's widespread. It's not a standard part of Korean drinking etiquette.
Okay. Now we know. Yeah.
It could just also be personal quirks, a drinking game rule. So it happens, but it's not like you have to.
Okay.
We're going to be like, we're not going to be shaking an empty shot glass over our head. What? Maybe we will. I'm going to get Maury doing it on video and I'll post it on TikTok. Be waiting for that.
I wanted to say too is that is as crazy as the dad was because he lived that rocker lifestyle. The vice chair's family, when they all met for the first time, they accepted him for whom he was. So I love that about them. They were just down to earth.
I know. And didn't he cut his hair?
For the wedding.
Oh, still, that was a big deal.
Vice chair's dad said, I liked it. I was going to grow mine out.
But that's how down to earth they were. And I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
I did
Right.
too.
Whenever the families are in harmony,
Yeah,
it's like, I love that in K-dramas when that happens.
I do too.
It doesn't always have to be civil war.
And in real life.
That's true.
Oh, no. All right. Anything else?
I don't know, but as many times as I've seen this, I could watch it again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I don't know. It's on Viki right now. I
Yeah.
don't think it's on Netflix.
It's not.
It's on Prime still. I think you can see it on Amazon Prime Video.
I'm not sure you can.
At one time you could.
I think maybe it's only through Vicky or Kokawa on Prime when they tell you that.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's so good. It's worth a membership.
It really
Just to see it. If you have to buy the key for a month, ooh, you can buy it on Amazon Prime, $50.
Oh.
So there you go.
It's so
It'll be delivered next week.
Really
Maybe I should do
is. It is. It's so good.
It's like classic rom-com. It has everything
Yeah.
you want.
And I like the fact that, too, that so many times there's conflict between the two male lead or the female and male leads, or they break up or they fight or and I guess because she's leaving, maybe that's it. But
There's really none of that. Once they get together, they stay together. And I like that.
me too.
And it's really cute the way they are towards each other. Like he winks at her when she's wondering, why don't you care to go anyplace or whatever? And because he says we're going to be in the hotel most of the time. When he takes her up, and she's so
Said about the whole thing.
Yeah.
Found. And okay, and at one point,
but actually you think they both were innocent in a way
They were.
to begin with.
but he's known who she was in a long time. So this has been building.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just going to say it. The sexual tension at what point says, I've been waiting for 9 years, and she calls him a bulldozer because he just has a one-track mind, and she's not there yet.
No.
But he's so sweet because then after he talks to his president friend, his best friend, he realizes that he needs to back off and needs to give her time to process because she hasn't had, this all takes place in a month.
It's true. A lot can happen in a month. It's such a good.
Yeah.
I give it a 10 out of 5.
Oh,
The music. We haven't talked about the music.
oh, I love the music.
Yes, I do too. It's great.
So I think maybe season 2, we should start rating out of a 10.
Okay.
Can we do that?
We'll give it a shot.
We can always go back to our 5 out of 5.
Okay.
So out of 10, what would you do?
10.
10, absolutely.
Okay, 12. It's so good. So again, you can watch it on,
Vicky,
Viki, maybe Amazon. I don't know.
if you're lucky.
Buy it. If you have to buy it, it's worth
But
it.
there are different, it's like Netflix is different in other countries.
Oh, it is? Okay.
So it might be available.
Whatever the case, just find it and watch
Yes.
Yep. Whatever means necessary.
it. We hope you love the drama as much as us.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of the K-Drama Divas podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode as much as we did. Before we part ways, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a review wherever you get your podcasts. Connect with us on social media at K-Drama Divas to stay up to date on recent podcasts and to share your thoughts and recommendations.